Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to be continuing on with our HTML tutorial series, and in this tutorial we are going to be covering the button element in HTML. Now, buttons are essentially the way that you can go in and submit form data, perform different actions, and all that kind of stuff. So let's jump right in and create our first button. So to create our button, we need a less than button, and the button can take in a type parameter if you so desired. For example, you can have type equals button, and just that's what it is by default, just a normal button that you need to add the functionality for using JavaScript. Or you can do type equals submit, and what that will do, the submit button goes and actually submits the form. It sends out that HTTP request we talked about in the previous video to the server for processing. Now, in terms of visual look, there really isn't any difference between what the submit button type and just normal button type looks like, because they are simply the same, the only difference being functionality. Right, so we're just going to leave the type out of it because, again, we have no server mechanism right now to be able to submit those requests and handle them. Okay, now let me kind of scroll up here. So with this button now, in between the button opening and closing tags, we can add what we want the button to contain. So what text the button should have inside of it. And we're going to say, submit payment details. Now you can see the submit payment details button that we have now is inside of our payment information field set. This is code from the previous video. So go ahead and save your code, go back to the browser, and refresh. Now you can see we have ourselves a nice button. Now, depending on what browser you're using, if you're using Safari, if you're using Firefox or Chrome or Edge or whatever else, the button will look different. The look of the button is, generally speaking, based on either the built-in styles specified by the browser or by the operating system. So Safari bases their buttons and their other fields based on what the operating system fields look like. Okay. So now that we've covered button, we're going to move on to the next video where we're going to cover a few of the input elements. So thank you all so very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.